We have to hear that sound for the next 10 weeks. I think it's 12 weeks. It was 14. We are dwindling down, y'all. And we got to get through the Super Bowl, and then the new league year will start to ramp up. And before the draft happens, we got free agency, and we've talked about it. I think Brad Holmes is going to make a decent move when it comes to free agency. And when I say decent, I mean we got to bring back DJ Chark or decide what we're going to do there. We got to go out. I think a decent-sized free agent will come to Detroit, something he hasn't done since he's been here. I mean, the biggest signing that we've made was DJ Chark, in my opinion. And we got the draft, but before that, we got some people we got to bring in. But I saw this today. This coming from Pride of Detroit, from SB Nation. Mark, what is that? Schofield. He's a quarterback evaluator in the draft community. And I assume that this person is Eric. Okay, this is Eric Slitt, and he is looking at Mark's draft. And this is who Mark has us taking in our draft in the first round. With the 6th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Brian Bresee, defensive tackle, Clemson. This is what he has to say. Bresee is athletic, explosive, and has the versatility to play almost anywhere along the defensive front. You might see him anywhere from a zero technique right over the center to a 2-point stance outside the tackle. He dealt with some injuries while at Clemson, but dropping him into the Lions defense with Aiden Hutchinson on the outside is the kind of move that Dan Campbell might bang the table for this spring. So we have heard his name. We've heard a lot of defensive tackles mocked to us at 6. We've also heard some cornerbacks mocked to us at 6. So we've heard the only one I haven't heard was Miles Murphy. Is it Miles Murphy? Or am I thinking of what is his name? Is it Miles Murphy? I'm thinking of Miles Morales. That's the only one I haven't heard. So let me know what y'all think of that. So with that, I think that, I don't know, man. I feel like it's possible we could see 2 corners in the first round because our secondary was trash. It was trash. Like, our cornerbacks were terrible. Like I said, the bright spots was the safety. That was it. Okay, so it was Miles. When you running off 5 hours of sleep, you don't know what you be talking about. So I think that could change depending on what we do in free agency. A lot of y'all want Deron Payne. And I think we could get him. But if you take Deron, do you still draft the defensive tackle? That's going to be, man, he's 6'6", 316 pounds and has the size, speed, and length the Lions look for in their defensive linemen. His stats were lower this year, which has caused some trepidation with some evaluators. But he was dealing with some very tough issues this past year, including coming off an ACL injury, a kidney infection, and the tragic passing of his 15-year-old sister, Ella, who lost her battle with brain cancer. That is terrible. That's terrible. Man, that's got to be something tough. And he still came out here and did his thing. And I'm sure he'll be looking to, continue to the NFL in memory of his sister. Man, that's tough. That's a lot to deal with. But I think that free agency will determine what we do. I really do. So that's going to be curious. Now, we do have a 2nd pick. That is the Rams pick. And our pick is a little later. Picking at number 18. With the 18th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois. Now, I've heard him going as high as 6. I think it was, what is his name? Daniel Jeremiah had us taking, I want to say him at 6, right? I've seen him mocked to us at 6. This is what he had to say about Devin. Watch Devin Witherspoon play. Listen to maybe 5 minutes of Dan Campbell. Enough said. That's what he says. Witherspoon is another popular pairing with the Lions in this mock draft, including landing in Detroit 5 times in last week's roundup for a good reason. He plays with fire, intensity, and passion Campbell looks for in his players. His press man coverage experience and physicality against the run will surely appeal to defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. That's if he's still here. Simply put, he embodies what the Lions are about. So you're talking about Devin Witherspoon at 18 and Brian Bresee at number 6. So we got a defensive tackle and a cornerback. I'm not mad, bro, at either one of those moves. I think the Lions are going to maybe re-sign Alex Anzalone. I think they are going to pick up a free agent linebacker, and I think they're going to draft another one. Derek Barnes, we had Chris Board. I mean, we had not linebackers you couldn't name. You could not name at all. Noel says Witherspoon will not drop to 18. I thought that was a little low. All the mocks we've seen him, he has not been that low. And that is the great news about the draft, is no one knows. Katie says Kirby Joseph already trying to get Devin to come to Detroit. I did see that, to pair him up. So how do you guys feel about that if that was to happen? Now I see Dern says Bijan at 18. Man, I tell you what, in 90 days, man, we will know what's going on with the draft. We will know. And this is going to be a very intense 90 days. And I think free agency is going to tell you a lot about that. So let me know, how do you feel about Brian Bresee at number 6 and Devin Witherspoon if he drops to 18? Or would you prefer someone else? I've seen Devin play, man. I've watched him, looked at him, and he reminded me of Quandre Diggs a little bit, kind of. You know what I mean? Like that's who he reminds me of, even though Quandre is a safety. So let me know what you think, man.